education, not for more incarceration. Money for health and education, not for more incarceration. Money for health and education, not for more incarceration. Money for health and education.
Funding for the clinics, even though during all the budget disaster years, funding for the clinics was cut. Never got put back, not even mentioned. Medi-Cal cuts. The governor talks about, well, he's not making doctors pay back the cut that was held up in court, but it's still in the budget going forward. Why? All that's going to do is reduce access at a time where, fortunately, there's going to be at least 1 million more, according to the state's own estimates, Medi-Cal recipients. So it doesn't make any sense.
$1 a month grant reduction to their SSI grant. So this is a grant that helps just provide the most basic level of income. It's actually 90% of the poverty level right now for seniors and people with disabilities. And what happens when seniors and people with disabilities don't have adequate income? Homelessness is what happens. Hunger is what happens. Lack of ability to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to maintain adequate health care. And I especially want to talk about hunger because as we have seen the cuts to SSI increase, and right now the state is at the federal minimum level, it can provide no less than it is providing right now to supplement the SSI grant without being in danger of losing all of its federal Medi-Cal money. So we are at the absolute minimum level that that the federal government will allow us to fund our seniors and disabilities to be able to support themselves. And that means that seniors and people with disabilities are in our food lines, they're in our food pantry lines, they're in our free meal lines. They're on long waiting lists to get into home-delivered meal programs, and the hunger that they are experiencing is degrading their quality of life and degrading their health. So we want to see that cost of living adjustment put back into the state portion of the SSI grant, and we want to see the money that was cut during the time of the recession put back, a full reinstatement of all the cuts that have happened since 2007. Get that grant back up above the poverty level for a start, and then we can talk about getting it to a level where people can actually be able to live, thrive, and be healthy.
Yay!
And I'm an epileptic mother. If I go and look for a job, they fire me because of my seizures. I don't want this life no more. I need help from CalWorks. I don't receive no food stamps except for me because my daughters are MFGs. I need help. I support IHSS because now my son is a disabled son and he is barely 20. He was a victim of a crime at the age of 18 and that left him quadriplegic. My 21-year-old son gave up 2 scholarships in order to support me and my 2 daughters.
Oh boy.
I only receive $317 a month. What? Just for me. And my 2 daughters are MFGs. I don't receive no money from them except food stamps. With $317, I cannot pay rent.
That's right.
I cannot eat.
That's right.
I cannot do the daily basic needs, which is laundry, which is to take them to school, school uniforms, school things like pencils, paper. I have more things to say, but I'm so nervous.
It's okay, Hannah. You're doing
Lifetime has helped me and is still helping me, and I won't give up.
That's right.
I will still be here standing. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Diana with Lifetime, and I just want to point out that CalWorks grants are less than 50% of the poverty line. It's not even half of poverty. And when I was on welfare, cleaning houses for $4.75 an hour here in San Francisco, in 1986, my daughter and I got more in 1986 than a family gets today. Wow. And back then, milk was $1 a gallon. And today, you know that milk costs $4 or $5. So these grants need to be restored. The rainy day, it's rainy now. It may look sunny here, but we're wet and we need help, you know? So they need to restore the CalWORKS grants, restore the safety net, and stop targeting poor children to balance the state budget, Jerry Brown.
Let's go.
All the expansions that he wants to build into the prisons are around mental health and around medical issues. Why are we warehousing our mentally disabled, and why are we warehousing the people with medical needs into prisons? Why are we removing them from our communities? Why are we even building? We're allotting more money to county facilities. There's no difference between a county jail and a state prison. Put yourself in your closet at home, and no matter what you hear on the other side of that door, you have no power to change any of it. You are removed. You have no power. And cutting other services doesn't help. I was a single mother with 4 children making $800 on welfare. I had to do what I had to do to put a dining room table for my children to eat at. There's no reason that they should be cutting these programs so that they can specifically target these people who suffer and are pushed into doing things that they need to do to feed their families and feed themselves. So they're given limited options, limited choices, limited resources, so that the outcome ends up that they end up in this massive prison industrial complex that is ever expanding. Building more beds is not the answer. Governor Jerry Brown is getting the idea that these sentences need to change and that people need to start coming home, but what he's done is very little and not enough. We need more people home. We need expansions for mothers to go home to their children. We need expansions of these programs so that when we get out, we're not asking for bus tokens to go look for jobs when we're told to find a job. We're not given $200 and told figure it out. I was sent to Central California and told to find my way to LA because they paroled me to the wrong place with $200 and no ID. That's not fair, that's not right. You're encouraging people by cutting these programs, by cutting food, by cutting social services, by cutting welfare. You're pushing people into systems that will lead them into this ever-expanding role of incarceration. Stop letting the CCPOA, stop letting these massive unions tell you where your money should go. Start listening to your California residents and what they're saying, and put your money where they need it, not where your unions need it, not where your massive sheriffs and CCPOA and correctional officers unions want that money. Stop cycling us in to feed these people. Stop cycling us in to feed a pig farm.
All right.
Oh, that's what the curtain is about.
You're not going to get these gold bricks. I got to put them to debt and prisons and the rainy day fund. That's where money should go.
Yeah.